And welcome back to Athens Off the Record. I'm your host, Cameron J. This is, of course, a production of Visit Athens, Georgia, and we are continuing to explore the music movers, makers, and shakers of the classic city. And we are so excited to have one of those very people with us today, my dear friend, musician Sarah Zuniga. How are you? And welcome to the podcast.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
It's always good to see you.
This was really nice.
Yes,
it's awesome.
Yes. So, Sarah, I know your story, but I'm so excited for you to share it with other people. Tell us when music first entered your life and what brought you here.
It's funny because you mentioned that I've said these things before in interviews, and I'm nervous there's going to be an inconsistency found because the older I get, the more I'm like, was I 14? Was I 15? Because I'm 31 now.
Close enough.
But I started playing music when I was 14.
Yeah.
And my father, he was a professional musician in New York. Mm-hmm. He played Indian folk music from Ecuador. Wow. And so I asked him, I just thought guitar would make me cooler. Mm-hmm. And so I asked him.
It is a cool instrument.
It is very cool. And I asked him to show me some chords. Mm-hmm. And he showed me some chords. And the day I learned them was the day I wrote my first song.
That's amazing.
And it was in Spanish too, which is not really my go-to. Mm-hmm. And the rest is history. That's what happened. And so I started performing in Athens when I was around 16, 17, which is very funny because one thing, I don't think I've mentioned this in an interview before, but I actually snuck into Nowhere Bar to play a set there one time, which is, I can admit that
because you were not
now.
Yet 21.
Yeah, because I wasn't 21
yep.
yet. I think it was like 17 or something. And but they let me in. They're like, okay, you're performing. It's fine.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Tell me what brought you all from New York to Athens.
Yeah, we just needed a change of pace, I think. Mm-hmm. My house had burned down when I was living in New York. And then I think, after that, my parents kind of just wanted a fresh start maybe. And then we had some family here in Georgia. And my father always wanted a farm. Mm-hmm. He's a farm boy.
Yes.
And his family has farms in Ecuador. And so my mom, however, she's a New Yorker.
Yes.
She did not want to. She was like, I don't know if I could do this. So we moved to the suburbs first because we're like, it's kind of Georgia at the time, Beaufort at the time was more rural.
Right.
And so it's like the suburbs were a little more rural. So that's kind of where we came. I didn't like it, but the funny thing is, I remember when we were coming, my dad lured me in by letting me try Southern food. Mm-hmm. So he'd be like, Georgia's great. Here, these are some grits and cheese.
Some fried chicken.
Loved it. I was like, okay, if this is Georgia,
yes, the food is great.
Yeah.
If I do say so myself.
So I was like, at the very least, the food here is very good. So yeah.
I was also reading about how your dad kind of introduced you to one type of music, but then your mother introduced you to John Denver
that's a
type
good
style.
catch. Yeah.
Yeah, tell us about that.
That's so true. Because my dad moved to the U.S. when he was 21, mm-hmm. and so he had all of the music that he grew up with in Ecuador, and then the 80s in New York.
Oh, yes.
So all of that, know. And then my mom, too, she grew up in New York. I mean, she moved to New York when she was 6 from Nicaragua, mm-hmm. and so she loved everything 70s, 80s, all the sad folk songs, all the protest songs of the 60s, country folk music, and
Country Roads Take Me Home. That's what's coming to my mind.
Yep, it's the best.
And it brought you here.
Best. Yes. So I think that had a lot to do with my music. Just repertoire. Just I can pull from so many different genres and feel them and appreciate them, because I feel like there's some music, if you didn't grow up listening to certain music, you might like it, but you don't feel it. But if you grow up listening to certain music, it's like, oh no, this feels like very much part of who I was and who I used to be. So.
Yes, and feeling it's so important.
Yeah.
Tell me, I know you just mentioned you kind of draw inspiration from a lot of different genres.
Yes.
Have you found what label fits with you? Are you a no labels person? What does that look like?
That's been going back and forth, but I think now, God, I'm in my 30s now. Sorry, saying it in an interview just made me realize it.
I'm with you.
Yeah.
31 as well.
Yeah, 31. Okay, cool. But I do say alt rock just because I feel like that it gives me a chance to pull from a lot of different genres. Mm-hmm. It's not ambiguous, but it's also it's a really big threshold of what alt rock is. So yeah, that's what I usually go with.
All right, I like it. I like it. So tell me this, coming to Athens, getting involved in the music scene here, I'm curious if there are any sounds or experiences in the classic city that have shaped that sound that we're talking about.
Oh, that's such a good question. It's funny because my immediate answer is there's not much really, because the type of music that's accessible in Athens is not really the things that I do.
Right.
However, going on a deeper level, one thing that I always really liked, because when I decided to pursue music professionally, I went into theater first. And theater is all very tactical, so it's not really about feeling the music, it's about making sure you practice and deliver it exactly how you practiced. Exactly,
yes, yeah.
And but here in Athens, there's so many jam bands, and it's very cool to see. Like, it's not really like necessarily my style, but I do appreciate when people can just be on the guitar and they're like feeling it, and people are just feeling it, and then you go into this like trance where you can really appreciate the music like that. And so what Athens has given me is I've learned a little bit to like let go, because I used to be very much like conscientious of how I looked, what my pose was like when I'm holding the guitar, and you can see that in my earlier performances, because that all stemmed from theater, where now it's like I can like headbang a little bit, or like dance around stage, or do something, and just because it just, here in Athens, people don't care what you look like more on freedom. Stage, that you have so much more liberty with that. So I love that.
I love that answer. I'll never forget in college one time walking into Creature Comforts, I believe, and there was a drum circle happening, and like it was just people that people would walk by and just join in with their instruments. It was the wildest thing, but so amazing. Very Athens. Are there any local artists that you look up to or that have inspired you here?
Yes, I would say so they're the first people that gave me a chance with Scarlet Stitch. They are a Southern rock band.
A friend of your mom's, I might have read.
Yeah, friend of our families. Yeah. And we appreciate them. They're not only are they like just phenomenal rock musicians, but they're really, really kind people. And I'll be the first to criticize the music scene. As much as there are really lovely people, they're also very terrible people sometimes.
Every business, right?
Yeah, every business. But they're just true rock stars. Like, they're just very kind, very nice people. And I looked up to them because they are so consistent with their shows. I get, like, in 2019, before I moved from Georgia for a little bit, before I left Georgia for a little bit, I was playing like 4 shows a month.
Really?
And it completely drained me. Like, some months 2, some months 3, some months 4. And I was like, I don't think I can do this anymore. But Scarlet Stitch, they are so consistent with their shows. And so I do admire them, and I push myself to be like, okay, I need to be a little bit more like out there, or at least be a little bit more disciplined. It's not just all about the creative side, it's also about the discipline behind music. So
very true. As a pianist, I totally
you play piano?
Yes, I do.
Oh, that's awesome.
I kind of keep it quiet. You know, when you tell people all the talent you have, then they're like calling you all the time. You know how that goes.
Well, next time if you get interviewed, I can interview you.
That'd be great. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the first time that you performed in Athens. Do you remember where that was? The moment, what it was like?
Yes,
tell me about
I remember it. It was. It's actually, this is a great story. It was actually at Hendershots.
Oh yeah.
At their old location on Tallahassee Road.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know where Oglethorpe Garage is? Yeah, so that's the old Hendershots. And I remember I was so intimidated. And it was actually with Scarlet Stitch. It was their show, and they asked me to open. And at that time, I only knew a couple chords on the acoustic guitar, on the classical guitar, excuse me. And I remember that at the time I was really into folk music, so I was going to play Awake My Soul by Mumford & Sons. Yep. But it's a very wordy song, and I remember that I was like on stage, very similar to the setup, but now it's fine, but it's very intimidating, all the lights when you're just starting off.
Yes.
And I saw everyone there, and I kept repeating those 3 chords, and it was like a 3-minute long instrumental of those 3 chords, because I blanked out. I had no idea what the lyrics were, and I practiced so much, but I was so nervous, I just like blanked out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was awesome. It was really, really cool.
Yeah. I love it. Well, that builds on the next question I was going to ask you. Tell me, like, what it's like to perform for an Athens crowd. You know, Athens is such a unique place. Oh, yeah. Such diversity of people, thought, lifestyles, etc. I can only imagine that from the stage that translates too. Tell me about what it's like to perform for an Athens audience.
Yeah, Athens is special, I have to say. In that sense, like, it is really fun to play for Athens, because like, I'll have a show and there'll be like kids there, if it's not like an 18 over show, but there'll be like kids there.
Unless they're like 17 getting into the bar, right?
Right, yeah, exactly. No, there'll be like, kids, there'll be adults, like frat guys, sorority girls. There'll be like motorcycle guys, like just a whole diverse group of people.
Yeah.
And I remember like one time when I released my single "People Do Crazy Things for Love," I actually performed it at a motorcycle bar, and it was so funny because these like huge like tattoo motorcycle guys came up and they're like, yeah, I really like your song "People Do Crazy Things for Love," and it's like, yeah, it's just, you have such a diverse group of like audience here, and everyone is very supportive. Like people want to see you have a good time on stage, because it's like an exchange. Like if you're having a good time, they're having a good time. So
yeah. Do you think that music does a good job of bridging the divide between maybe local and university? Have you seen that kind of be a intersectional point where people come together around?
Oh yeah, definitely. But it's kind of tough because it's like, it's just like a moment and then it kind of fizzles away.
As we
but
know.
It does happen where you have like students and then it's like, oh, I really like your show, and I keep going, and it happens. But then of course students are doing their own thing. Yeah. And townies are kind of more consistent things. But yeah, it definitely bridges it.
I love that about music. It brings people together for sure.
Definitely.
What do you think visitors should know about catching a show in Athens? To your point, it is very different from anywhere else. But if someone's coming here for the first time, where should they look for music? How should they find who to listen to? You know, I think people get so caught up on the bands of the past, like, you know, the big names, REM, B-52s, that they might not even recognize that new and upcoming artists are, you know, coming about every single day.
That's a good point, yeah. I would just say hit up all of the most popular venues at all of those venues. That's the cool thing with Athens is, like, also all of the musicians, there's no venue that's, like, too good for someone or too bad for someone. Like, and I hate to say it, but, like, even the smaller venues, bigger acts will still play it.
I've noticed that.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't, because it's all like, yes, some will have maybe better sound than others, but it's like there's a really nice rotation. So if it's like Georgia Theater, 40-watt Flicker, just anything, like you can, there's a nice rotation. Yeah. So if you just hit up any of those venues, you'll find some cool acts.
Well, not to put you on the spot or get you in trouble, but your favorite venue to perform in Athens and why?
It's because I have a top 3.
Okay, let's do that.
Am I allowed to do that?
Let's go through all 3.
Okay.
Yes. And why?
I would say, oh no, I have 4.
Let's do all 4.
Could I?
Yes, we have plenty of time.
I would say, okay, so the first I would say is Hendershots. They have, it's such a cool vibe. Like, it's cozy. It's a good amount for like a medium show.
Very
because
intimate.
it's intimate, it's cozy, it's good for like it's good for like if you want people to like hear your lyrics. Like that's a really good one. And they have great food and coffee. So,
very good coffee.
Yeah,
and
awesome.
you know I'm a coffee
so
person,
good.
clearly.
Yeah, so it's great. And just all around professional. Then I would say the Foundry. The Foundry is a really fun place to play. Very good sound system.
I love the rafters there.
Yeah, it's just fun. It makes you feel like you're in one of those like a like the Grand Ole Opry style thing.
Like old
you just
concert
really
hall.
see it. Like when you're on the stage, you see it coming from every angle. It's really nice.
And you don't notice how big it is until you're on the stage, I feel like.
Yeah.
It's very interesting in that way.
It does. It does feel like that. Then I would say 40 watt. 40 watt's really fun.
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Really, really fun. And I feel like 40 watt, you can be silly. Like you can just be silly, have a good time.
All types of people.
All types of people.
For sure.
Staff is really nice there. Very supportive, very kind. And then I would say Georgia Theater.
Georgia Theater, number 4, which you made history at the Georgia Theater. Is that right?
Yes,
Tell us about that.
I am the first a Hispanic female to headline the Georgia Theater as a solo artist.
That's amazing.
So
and
yeah,
when was that?
It was very cool. That was 2019.
2019.
Yeah.
Any upcoming?
We actually I'm doing a little side project. I'm in a cumbia band called Yumpatron.
Oh,
and we're doing Latin cumbia music. Yes, and we actually headlined there the other day as well.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Cool.
Yeah, it was fun.
I love it. Where can people find Sarah Zuniga in Athens if they want to listen?
Like live shows?
Live shows, yeah.
Yeah, live shows at those venues.
Those same venues. Yeah. I love it.
I love them. And online at Spotify and like YouTube and all of that. Yeah.
I think you mentioned this earlier. So much about music is how people feel when they walk away from it. What do you want listeners that hear your music to feel after a show ends and they go home and leave, you know?
Well, I had this one really cool compliment one time. Sorry, I know it's what they're supposed to feel, but it was a compliment for me.
Hey, no, go ahead.
I want people to compliment me.
We can
no.
take our own take on questions.
They told me that in my music, they could see that I'm very self-aware, and they felt very represented in that. That was a really cool compliment, and I want people to see that from my shows. The music is fun, but I want people to hear my lyrics as well. And when they do, I want them to feel like they're represented in those lyrics. Yeah.
What do you want people that are not in Athens every day? Like maybe it's the person who comes in the fall for football, or they come in the summer because everyone's not here. What do you want them to know about the Athens music scene? I feel like we get a lot of attention, like I said, because of history. But in the present day, what do you think is unique about it and that you want people to know?
Well, I want people to know that we need all the support we can get. That's what I want them to know. There's really cool resources here, even something like this, but the promotion side of things gets to it, and it's because everyone has their own thing going on and stuff like that. So just anytime people share things or spread word of mouth, like that's like the best form of support that we can get. Yeah, I would say just keep supporting Athens.
I love it. I love you. Yeah. What keeps you staying here? It sounds like you've been in New York, you've traveled outside of Georgia, obviously, to perform, but what keeps you staying in Athens and coming back here?
My family. Yeah. Because I've enjoyed the other places I've lived, but Athens is really nice. Like, Athens is very comfortable. It's a really cool, homey headquarters. That's how I see it. It's very comfortable living, and it's nice. I mean, because I grew up here, I still see people that I went to, high school with. Yeah. My best friend and I, like, she lives here, or college mates and things like that. And it's just cozy.
It is cozy.
It's very cozy.
And you were a graduate of?
UGA.
And then your high school was?
Cedar Shoals.
Yep, okay.
Cedar Shoals.
Were
you in Athens?
No, I've been here. I was reborn in Athens, but not born here. Going on year 13, like, so yeah, it's great. I'm grateful for it. Why do you think Athens has become such a hotbed for music and creativity?
Obviously, those before us.
Yeah.
And they kind of like made it out, and they were able to, be on a national and international level, like R.E.M., like you said, in B-52s. Like, one time, at my show, there was someone from France that came to Athens because they wanted to see B-52 land.
Really?
And they stumbled into a show that I had, and they loved it. They loved just not just my show, but just the environment that is Athens music.
They probably remember the photos of the streets filled with all the people back in the decades. Yeah,
it was awesome. I think the more support and the more visibility we have, that the problem will resolve itself.
All right, listeners, make sure to support local music. Yes. Check out all the venues Sarah listed, and then some.
Yes, and then some. All of them are awesome.
Yeah, they're really great. Flickr is another good one that I love going to.
Yeah. It's really fun.
Have you ever had any involvement with Athfest, the music festival, and tell us about that?
Yeah, Athfest is a really, really fun
It's so
event.
Fun.
Yeah.
Hot, but fun.
Yes. I've had the pleasure of performing on the main stage at Athfest. Actually, the first time I played Athfest is a funny story. Georgia State University did a little documentary thing on me.
Oh, really?
Didn't think I was, worthy of that at the time, but it was cool. And the funny thing is, and it's probably on like video, I actually was like singing like this note, and my mouth was wide open, and a fly flew into my mouth, and I choked, and I just coughed for 2 minutes, and I couldn't I was like, sorry, and it was just disgusting. And but that was my first Athfest, and it's just luckily I've had different opportunities to go back, and so it's been really, really fun. Yeah.
It's such a good organization doing good work too.
Yeah. It's really, really nice. Yeah.
So Sarah, what kind of steps would you personally take to address some of the imbalances that we do see in the Athens music scene?
In terms of incentive, I would say to try and have a better flow for all festivals, for all shows, for all things, to just be like, okay, people who are just learning, or people who are just getting in the scene, or maybe they're not the best vocalists or something, should maybe go on earlier and towards the end of the set, which is so common for any other place. It's really only Athens that does this, which again, it is a really cool thing, because that's the nice thing, is that in Athens, you don't have to be the most groundbreaking artists to be able to have a space here. So it is a beautiful thing. Like, and we should never lose that.
Right.
We should be able to be like, okay, like if you're 50 and you move to Athens so you can pursue music, and you're not great at guitar yet, but you're doing it and you're pursuing it, you should always have a space to perform.
Yeah, absolutely.
But also venues and festivals should be a little bit more tactical about when to put that performer in. So it's really like fine balance. But I think something
it
there
sense.
is,
and I think it's
is
something that people outside of music don't think about, right?
Yeah.
Unless they're seeing it like you're talking about firsthand.
Yeah.
But that does give me another question I have for you. What advice do you have as someone who has had such success here on the Athens stage and beyond? What advice do you have for up and coming artists in Athens, or people that are aspiring to be on the stage one day?
Keep just knocking on doors, because it's not going to be a lot of people asking you, will you, like, it was really nice of you guys to ask me to be on this podcast. I felt very honored, of course, but that's not common. It's not, and when I first started, it was like, please, can I play here? Please, can I do this? Please, it's a lot of like, please. I mean, even for, and I'm not ashamed to admit this, even for the show like the Georgia Theater, when I headlined there, just full transparency, they told me you needed to sell a certain amount of tickets. Was I confident that I could sell that many? No. And I was like, God, I'll deal with the consequences later. I was like, yeah, it's fine. I'll do it.
Yeah.
And thankfully it worked out. But sometimes you just have to take that risk and take a risk on yourself.
Yeah.
That's my advice. It's just keep knocking on doors.
Well, I think I'm going to ask you a follow-up too.
Yeah.
Advice to those who support the music scene on how to ensure that, people that are aspiring to be musicians on a stage have that opportunity. What's your advice to the community, rather, on how to support the music scene better?
My advice is to not allow politics to get in the way of community. And I know that's not it's not common, because I respect people who say, like if someone has a disagreement with you about what you feel are fundamental human values, it is hard to have a friendship like that. It feels like it doesn't have any substance. But on a communal side, you kind of have to allow yourself to have some leg room to support people for the sake of supporting the arts. And I'm not talking about, like, obviously you're not like having to support hate speech and things like that. I'm not talking about like that level, but still there might be disagreements with people that, or for example, there's also artists where it's like, as an artist, I graduated with a degree in international affairs and I pursued ethics, but there are some people who they don't care about politics, or they have the privilege to not have to care about it, or sometimes they don't feel comfortable talking about politics because they're scared that's going to be bad for their brand. While I don't necessarily agree with that, I can understand something like that. And I don't know, like, it's like here in Athens, again, like the way that people can support is by supporting all kinds of musicians. And if you are able to have leg room to support the arts, even where you feel like this musician may not really have the exact same perspective as you on every single, every single subject, political subject, I would say to try and honor that. Try and honor community for the sake of community.
Absolutely.
That's what I would say, yeah.
What is Sarah's vision for the music scene in Athens moving forward? Next 10 years. What do you foresee?
I really hope that there's a bridge between these like really, really big companies like the new studios that have opened up, Classic Center, like all of these really larger businesses, to be able to give bands that have been doing music for a long time that don't know how to access the next level some more opportunity for them. So whether that's, something like this is amazing. Yeah, this is so cool.
So glad you're here.
Yeah, thank you. It's awesome, and I'm really happy to be here. But stuff like this, and I don't know, like I just think that there are people that are in Athens because they just want to jam out and have a good time, and that's really, really nice. But there's some other people who want to live off of music and they can't do that, or there's people that want to be able to like expand, like not only conquer Athens but conquer Georgia and international or national and everything, and they don't know how to do that. And so I think it'd be nice to just have just anyone who has knowledge on how to reach that next step, they should they can even make money from it, but like have some kind of programs
Yeah.
that can help these local artists reach the next step. Yeah.
Well, I know I asked you about the future of the Athens music scene in your eyes, but now I'm curious, what is next for you, Sarah, on your musical journey?
I'm actually recording 2 new singles, and
Awesome.
I'm going to Ecuador to record music videos for them.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Back to your roots, right?
Yes. Yeah. So I'm really excited. And I'm also going to try to be better at like being more consistent with promoting my stuff. Because sometimes
It's
I'm
always
like,
hard. Self-promotion's hard, I know.
Sometimes, because it's like the behind the scenes of the song, like the life of the song. It's like, first you write the song, right? And I'm probably like crying on my guitar writing the song, right? But then it's like 5 months of keep playing that song because you're like tweaking it and you're like, okay, and then you're like really feeling the song. Then it's composing it and getting all of the musicians to come, and then, you know, studio time and the money for studio and all this stuff, then mixing and mastering. So by the time it's finally out into the world, it's been like a year process.
I was going to ask your process. You got my next question. Great.
Yeah, it's like a year process to like finally get a song out. So what happens is, so this is what I was trying to say, is that like once that year goes by of like finally you get the song out, and then you promote it for a little bit because you're like, boom, it's out. The world can do anything. But then there's no like constant promotion.
Right.
Because you already were constantly like dealing with it for the year that you had it. So I need to be better at like promoting it and keep pushing things out and stuff like that.
I think we could all do better about that. Me too.
You can.
So are there any local artists that you are listening to right now and are excited about their future as well?
Am I allowed to say my other project, Jumbotron? Only because there's so many other cool musicians on
Go
there.
ahead.
Okay, Jumbotron. But I don't mean to say it just because I'm also in it, but the musicians on there are like so great. They're really, really great musicians. And
tell us more about that again.
It's cumbia, psychedelic cumbia music.
Okay.
And it's beautiful because it's the music, it's from Peru. It's called chicha music. And it's this very cool fusion when Afro culture and indigenous culture kind of fuse together. And so mixed with the psychedelica from the 60s that were coming over for electric guitar. So it's cumbia with a bunch of synths and electronic like guitar and stuff like that. It's very cool.
I can't wait to
it's
check that
fun.
out.
Yeah, I would love
that'll
for you
be
to come.
great.
Yeah,
I love
that's
that.
a really fun show. Yeah.
How does your songwriting process perhaps differ when you're performing as a solo artist versus with the group that you were just mentioning?
Well, with Jumbotron, we don't write songs just yet.
Okay.
We do a bunch of covers of cumbia classics. But with, in general, just from performing as a solo artist with a band versus being a part of the band, it is nice to have a little bit less responsibility.
Yeah. Shared responsibility?
Yeah, shared responsibility, which is less than, because and also like we have a group leader, whereas when I'm doing my solo stuff, I'm usually the one wrangling schedules and things like that. And it's also nice because, so I have scoliosis, and so when I'm playing my solo shows and I have like my huge amp and my guitar and everything, before the show starts, I'm already tired. And so like, and
then you add the lights, the people,
right, literally,
the set.
yeah. And so like if we're playing a long show, we'll do like an intermission and things like that, so I can like relax. But with the cumbia, it's with Jumbotron, when the cumbia, I don't have to like pick up anything, which I still help. Like I still help, but it gives me time to like I'm not picking things up, so I can like dance more freely on the stage and
Makes
things
sense.
like that. So
Makes sense.
since I'm not playing my guitar,
Yeah.
that's like the main difference.
I'm excited to check this out.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It's gonna be
I think
great.
you'll like it. Yeah. Do you like to dance?
I'm not good at it. Let's leave it at that.
But do you like to?
But I like to.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
You just
You can come to the show.
can't make fun of me. That's all.
That's okay.
Okay. So are there any places in Athens that when you're out and about, you know, inspire you to write music or that you like to write music at, right? Tell us a little bit about the spaces and places that inspire you as an artist.
I really want to say like all of these cool Athens spots, but I'm kind of a bedroom writer. It's like I really write
fair.
most but anywhere I'm out in nature, any park, anything like that. I really like practicing sometimes songs at the botanical gardens.
I was going to ask.
Yeah, that's
Great
really
spot.
Yeah, that's really nice. But and also I'm fortunate because of the farm. I'm usually out there and also just out there like writing music and stuff. But I wish I had a better answer. But I am more just like at home, usually just
Yeah, I
writing
feel that.
at home.
Creatives
Yeah.
sometimes like that. But
Yeah.
I do agree. The State Botanical Gardens is an inspiring place.
My last album is called Quiet Places, Dark Spaces. And it really is because I just like it's a quiet place, dark space. Dark spaces is more like a dark place in your mind, but a quiet kind of enclosed space physically. That. So
yeah, makes sense.
Yeah,
makes sense. So last question is before we get into some rapid fire fun stuff. Where can people find you and connect with you?
Like in real life?
In real life and online too.
Online, they can find me on Instagram.
Okay.
And Facebook. Those are I'm pretty good at getting back to people on those forums. And in real life, I'm kind of a hermit when I'm not playing music. It's very funny because I'll be on stage and dancing and singing.
Yeah.
Are you like that too?
I'm very much so like that.
And then I like to just kind of and I grew up on a farm, and I also live kind of more in the country, so I kind of just like to tend to my ducks and the cows and things like that.
You have a beautiful farm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Well, as we wrap up here, I do have a few rapid fire questions for you for all the listeners and watchers at home.
I'm ready.
The first is, apart from any venue that we've discussed or event, what is your favorite hidden gem in Athens?
Oh, the UGA Extension Garden.
So good.
More people should know about that.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. It gets overshadowed by the other place, but yeah, I agree.
That's a cool spot.
What about your favorite Athens memory or top Athens memory? You grew up here, so you probably have quite a bit.
Yeah, there's a lot. I think headlining the Georgia Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
was a big one
moment.
for me.
Yeah.
That was a big one for me.
The last one, I'm going to take Athfest out of the running just because we know that's going to be a favorite. But what is an annual event or festival that you never miss?
The funny thing is, I was going to say Athfest.
I know.
Yeah. I was going to say Athfest. That one's just really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
All right. We'll stick with it.
One. Yeah. I'm going to stick with that one.
I love it. Well, Sarah, thank you so much for joining us here on
Thank you.
Athens Off the Record. Such a pleasure to see you, my friend, and always a pleasure to have you all with us here at Athens Off the Record, brought to you by Visit Athens. You can always learn more about us and all the happenings here in the Classic City at visitathensga.com. We'll see you right back here next time in Athens.
Let's sing an outro song together.
Oh, me? No, you sing.
No, both of us.
Oh, God.
For fun. Is that gonna be like a copyright? No, we could just make one.
You're the songwriter. I'm gonna let you.
1, 2, 3, 4. Athens off the record. Athens off the record.
Boom.
Fantastic. Oh, that's pretty cool.